Hello my dears, this is Sarah from SheHoldsDearly.com, and we are doing another episode of our Styling Your Thrifted Decorations. We are in part 8. Thank you to everyone who joined my behind the scenes group last week. I'm super excited for all the new faces and for all your enthusiasm and support as we did the whole reopening of the design school. It's now closed. If you want to get on the wait list, it's in the link in the description. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time today talking about not only what I found, but why I'm styling it the way I'm styling it. And that is something that I feel like is really important to do as designers, that we don't just say, oh look, it's so cute, but we actually let you into the thought processes behind why we do what we do. So this month we'll start with some pillows. I found some Pier 1 pillows. Now they're not feather pillows inserts inside, but I can switch those out. These were $6.99 and they have this really pretty velvety fern texture that I like. Then I found this big book. I don't know how much I paid for this. I bet I paid like $3 for this. But found a hardback book, and I want to talk about books for a little bit in this video, but I'll get to that. Then I found this, still had the tags on it from Threshold with the shell mosaic on it, a little lamp, and how much did I pay for this? This is from Target. I got it for $9.80. Then I found this pot, and I was really struck by the detailing on this pot. I don't know that I love the color. I may want to paint it, but I thought, oh my gosh, I just love like the lacy henna detailing that is around this edge, and that's a good idea for you if you want to dress up your pots. You could even just stencil on henna tattoos or stamp on something like this, or maybe put even a piece of lace on it and paint. I don't know, I just was really drawn to it. So this one I paid $4.99 for. Then I found these mirrors. Now, they're plastic. I mean, they look wood, so I'm fine with that. I did have one of my members in the behind the scenes group emailed me the other day, and she says, I found this plastic, I think it was a mirror in her bathroom, and she was like, my husband thinks it's tacky for me to put it up. And I was like, well, why? If no one's touching it and it looks like wood, you can get away with it, right? So that's my rule. If no one's touching it and it looks real, who cares that you got a great deal on it? Okay, these were $3.99 each, and I got 2 of them. So we're gonna talk about styling round mirrors. And then lastly, I found, get this, my Parsons chairs. I believe I paid $125 for my Parsons chairs per chair. And this was back 19 years ago from Target. What the heck? I found 2 of those Parsons chairs, pretty much brand new condition. I mean, they had slipcovers on them, I'm sure. Found 2 of them at the thrift store. How much did I pay? Originally $125. I found these $6.99. So here's the deal. I already have 4 of these, but my family is actually 6 people. So now I have 6 chairs. And I had done a whole video on making slipcovers for them, so we'll be talking about that soon too. Now, you may have also noticed in other news that we've hit 50,000 on YouTube. That is such a dream come true. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for your comments and your likes and your follows and all the sweet people that are here. Thank you so much. I like to celebrate every time we hit another 10,000, so this is what we're gonna do. We did this last time and it was really popular, so we'll do it again. I'm gonna give one of you a consultation, a Zoom call for 1 hour, and look at a space that you're having trouble with, and we're gonna get a plan together. Now, I'll put a link in the description below, and you have to fill out a form. You gotta tell me what's working, what's not working. I need to see some pictures, especially if you have a Pinterest board going on in the space. I really wanna look at that. I will choose one of you, and I will feature you in an upcoming video of maybe a couple weeks to choose and get the ideas together. And don't be intimidated, it's super fun. I hope that you win. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about these chairs. These are called Parsons chairs. Someone asked me the other day, what are Parsons chairs? Parsons chairs do not have arms. So I love them for small spaces. They are my go-to. If I'm having space issues, I pull in the Parsons chairs. I had made slipcovers for mine a couple years ago, and I have an old YouTube video on how to make them. You don't even need a pattern. No pattern slipcovers. Amazing concept, yes. So I will show you what they look like finished, and I just need to make a couple more slipcovers for these two, and we're all set. They just so seamlessly are gonna work in my current dining room set. Also, check out the linen that I use for this project. It's my favorite. I keep buying it, I keep buying it, I keep buying it. So if you need a perfect, beautiful, creamy linen, I've got one for you. I wanna talk about undertones for a minute. This is becoming a concept that's more and more important to me. It's something that I stumbled upon just within the last couple years as a designer. It was not taught in design school. And so I feel like my work up until a couple years ago wasn't as good as it could be because of this concept of undertones and how they work together. So I'm just gonna show you this real like beginner understanding of undertones. So every color has, unless it's the purest red and the purest yellow, every color has some other color mixed into it, and that undertone can do things to other colors around it. So it can highlight it, it can downplay it, it can get really cluttery feeling, or it can just like click. And so I'm gonna show you an example in this space here with the mantle. I have this green faux card catalog that I made. This green, it's one of my favorite paint colors. It's by Miss Mustard Seed, and it's boxwood. Beautiful dark green. So beautiful for spring and Christmas. So that's what this little faux card catalog is. It has some blue in it compared to these fern pillows that I got. Now, I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna put them together. Now, if you look closely, the pillows actually have a yellow undertone, right? And you don't wanna use two colors together. Just because they're green does not mean it's gonna work if the undertones are different. We have a blue undertone and we have a yellow undertone. Now, I am going to use these together, and here's why. If you notice, I have changed out the painting in my gold frame up on the mantle. And I got this off Etsy. I think I paid $6 for it. So if you need some cheap artwork, head over to Etsy and see what you can find, and then just have it printed at Kinko's or Office Max or something. I love this picture of the cows because I grew up on a cattle ranch, and it's just always gonna speak to me. Beautiful, bucolic scenes. So if you look at this picture, you notice that this picture does have some greens with blue undertones and some greens with yellow undertones. And so the trick to using undertones that are different is that you need to be repeating them somewhere else so that it looks intentional. Now in this space, I just have one repeat, but if I were to style the rest of the room, I would also bring in these two different types of greens in. I like to repeat things at least 3 times to make it look like, oh yeah, like this was intentional, this was a design decision. So that's the clue with combining undertones that are clashing, is you just need to repeat them or don't use them. Depends on which direction you want to go, but those are the 2 options to making it look good. Okay, that brings me to the little lamp. It does need a shade. I grabbed a couple of shades. I grabbed just a basic white one. These are from Walmart. I think they were $10 each. And I grabbed a gray one. And I'm gonna show you both of them and tell you why both of them work and why I ended up choosing the one I did. So again, it's this concept of repeating things. I see here that there is the same gray in the gray shade. The same gray is in this, it's actually contact paper on this mantle, but it's in my marble on my mantle. What I don't like about the gray is that I feel like I'm maybe getting too many colors going. And I also don't want to emphasize that there is silver on this lamp. I like to stick to 2 metals in a space. So I already have my black metal from the fireplace and I have my gold going. So really what I should do is paint this lamp, spray paint it with some black, cover up this gold. Actually, what I would like to use is rub and buff, but I don't have any black rub and buff. So I should spray paint the silver on this lamp to stay consistent with the black. Then I look at the white shade and I like it, but it's a little bit flat feeling. So it's a little bit calmer. I feel like it doesn't detract from the other maybe more beautiful items in the space. But what I need to do is dress it up just a touch. So I've decided to actually just glue some black ribbon around the top and around the bottom. And with the top, I decided to add just a little bow, just a little detail, sort of French looking. So that space is done, and those are the reasons why I did what I did. Then I want to talk about how to style these round mirrors. So I love the look of round, like clocks in a row, round mirrors. I have this space by my front door that I have like been really wanting to turn it into a true like hall tree area. And I've been looking at some, maybe building one, maybe, I don't know. I would like a true like hall tree area. And so this is kind of my halfway there feel. But anytime you take round mirrors, and if you have a collection of them, that's all the better, I think. But if you can kind of stagger them, like zigzag them, or put them one on top of the other, and it just looks very sophisticated, and it's just a natural like no-brainer for how to style round mirrors. I do think that my pot needed a little plant. And then last of all, let's talk about the book. So this book, you know, was sold with the cover on it. I want to give you a little hint when you're out thrifting. If you see hardcover books that look intriguing to you, take off the dust jacket and you may have a perfect decoration that feels very vintage. That's what happened with this beautiful black book, and a lot of books that I find in the thrift stores just need to have their dust jacket removed, and then they have a beautiful linen cover underneath. I'm styling up this little spot by the front door, and this is gonna hold me over until I have a real hall tree. All right, you guys, that's it for this month. I want you to grab the thrifting checklist. If you aren't already into thrifting your decorations, I suggest you start. It's very addicting. And there is a checklist that I use when I'm out, and just some tips on how to get the best deals and keep yourself organized. I can give that to you in the description below as well. Otherwise, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next week with more videos on how to make interior design easy. Take care, I'll talk to you soon.